I told you that you do not need to be a professional writer, a designer, or a tech expert to create a digital product that you can actually sell online? In this video, I'm going to show you how to take something that you already know, you use ChatGPT to turn it into knowledge and a valuable digital product, package it professionally, and upload it online for sale. And I'm not just talking about doing it, I'm talking about following me step by step. We're going to do it from scratch. So if you have ever thought, I have the knowledge, but I don't know how to turn it into something that people can actually pay for, this video is for you. Welcome to Growth Lab 247. If you are an entrepreneur, a content creator, or someone who has knowledge or experience in a particular area, you can actually turn that knowledge into a digital product. And the beautiful thing is that you don't have to start from scratch. So in this tutorial, I'm going to use ChatGPT to help me create a digital product. And I'm going to show you exactly the process, how you can follow me step by step. But before we start creating anything, there's one important thing we need to figure out first. What exactly are we going to sell? The first step is deciding what your digital product is going to be. And this is where I want you to avoid common mistakes that people make. Don't start asking, what digital products can I create? Instead, ask yourself, what problem can I help someone solve? Because people don't really buy PDFs because they are PDFs. They buy them because the information inside can help them achieve a certain result, can help them save time, can help them avoid some certain mistakes, or can actually help them solve a problem. So let's use ChatGPT to help us find a good idea.
So this is ChatGPT. I'll be putting a prompt here because the prompt is very long. I'll make sure I put the prompt under this video. So this is the prompt that we'll be using to create the digital product. But what we are going to tell ChatGPT is to give us 10 practical digital topics ideas. So once I click on enter, it's going to give us 10 digital topic ideas. So let's see. So now notice that I'm not simply asking ChatGPT to give me random digital product ideas. If you look at the prompt, you see that I'm telling it who my audience are and asking it to focus on the problems that they actually have. So this is very important because the more specific you are about your audience and their problems, the easier it becomes to create a digital product that people will actually want. So now that ChatGPT has given us 10 topics, let's actually pick a topic. For example, we pick the beginner's guide to creating and selling digital products. So now that we have gotten our topic, which is the beginner's guide to creating and selling digital products, the next thing we do is to instruct it to, give us topics under this particular digital product. So what we'll do now is, I have a prompt already, so I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm still going to put this prompt under this video so that whenever you need it, and this prompt is talking about something else, so I'm just going to edit it and put the name of our digital product. So let's say the beginner's guide to creating and selling digital products. So let's also go through what is in the guide. That's what is in this prompt. I want to create a beginner friendly digital digital product titled The Beginner's Guide to Creating and Selling Digital Products. Target audience, beginners who want to start week. So we are not talking about starting a week business, so we'll remove it. Who wants to start marketing and selling digital products. Okay, create a detailed and practical table of contents for the digital product. The guide should take the reader from having the idea to actually setting up and starting the business. So it's giving us introduction, choosing the right products to sell, understanding your target customer, starting with a small budget, finding suppliers, pricing products, branding, taking product photos, marketing, getting your first customers, managing others, common mistakes beginners should avoid, a small action plan. Make the chapters practical and beginner friendly. So you can see that the prompt is okay. So now that we have edited the prompt, we are not asking ChatGPT to give us 50 pages of PDF. We just first created the structure. So think of the outline as a blueprint of the digital product that you should have. Once the blueprint is right, creating the actual content becomes very, very easy. Okay, now you can see that's giving us chapter 1, what you will sell. Chapter 2, who am I creating this for? Chapter 3, start small, your digital product business on a small budget. Then chapter 4, create the products. Chapter 5, where do I get the resources? Chapter 6, how much should I charge? Chapter 7, give your product a brand. And chapter 8, how do I make my product look attractive? Chapter 9, set up your digital store. And chapter 10, how do I get people to notice my product? So I feel like all these chapters are too much. So what I'll do is I'll tell ChatGPT to reduce the chapters to 5. Please reduce the chapters to 5. So it will actually reduce the chapter to 5. So this is chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. So it even gave us bonus resources. So now here is something I don't want you to do. I don't want you to simply make the mistake to tell ChatGPT to write the entire book for you at once. No, it's not done that way. You might just get a very long answer, but it doesn't automatically mean it will be valuable. So instead, we are going to be creating each chapters one after the other. So that gives us control over the quality and allows us to actually add our own experiences and knowledge into this digital product. So now we have gotten our topic. So the next thing we need to do is to create a cover page for our topic. So now what we'll tell ChatGPT to do, we'll tell it to create a 3D cover page for the topic. Title, the beginner's guide to creating and selling digital products. We enter. So wait for ChatGPT to create a 3D cover page for us. Wow, it has created the cover page, and well, I like it. So, but if you don't like your cover page, you can always tell it to change the cover page for you. You can pinpoint the things that you don't like in the cover page. Well, I definitely like this cover page. So the next thing I'll do is I'll save it, go straight to Google Doc, create a new document, and then name it with the title, The Beginner's Guide to Creating and Selling Digital Products. And it's done. We've saved it. So the next thing we do is we click on this plus button at the top, and then we insert our image. You can see it. So the next thing is we click on that same plus button and create a page break for our introduction or the chapters. So we go back to ChatGPT. So what we do next is to copy all the chapters. Can you see from chapter 1 to chapter 5, right? We copy it. You can include the bonus and everything if that is what you want. You can include everything, and then you paste it, right? You paste it. The next thing you do is you can remove these lines. You can remove these lines. You can do that later on when you are actually checking your work again. So the next thing you do is to create another page break. For every chapter you create, for every new chapter you create a page break. So now let's go back to ChatGPT to create our first chapter, chapter 1. So now that we have successfully created the cover page, we have added the topics to our PDF. Let's create the major topics. So now I already have a prompt written down. Because it's long, I'm just going to copy and paste it. So in this prompt, the only thing to do is just to include the chapters. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4 and 5. We include the chapters. That's the chapter title, one after the other. You don't put everything at once. So let's start with chapter 1. Find a digital product people will pay for. Then we click on it. So ChatGPT is going to give us the full details of chapter 1. So what we will do after it has finished creating it, we copy it. Wow, it's long. We copy the full details. It's still creating, so let's allow it to create. Wow. Later on, you go back and you read everything concerning the PDF, because people are going to buy these things. So whatever they are going to buy, you make sure that you are giving them value for their money. So you copy it and you go back to Google Doc and you paste your chapter 1. So later on, when you come back, you can actually play around Google Doc. You can see that we have bold, we have underline, we have where you can change colors if you want to change colors. So The next thing you do is to add page what break. So for chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, and till you get to conclusion or till you get to the end of the PDF, you do the same thing. You copy and you paste your prompt, you add your title. You can actually still create your prompt by yourself, which I have taught you in one of my tutorials. So the next thing you do is, after you're through with the conclusion and everything, you save your PDF. The next thing you do is you click on that three dots you can see on the top, and you share or export. So you go to send a copy and you send it as PDF. You click on OK. So we are creating our PDF now. You can see that they're asking me where to save it. So you save it straight to the file. You can rename it again, or you leave the name like that and click on save. After saving, if you want to access your PDF, you go to file. Once you click on file, the first thing you see is the PDF. You can see how sweet it is looking, how good. This is the PDF. So when you're creating your, make sure you always go through whatever you want to sell out, because you don't want to sell rubbish to people. People always want to get the value for their money. So make sure you create something that you know that is valuable. So guys, this is the end of our tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll be teaching you how you can create your seller account and how you can upload your PDF to your seller account live, and how you can start selling that PDF. Follow us for and how you can start selling that PDF. All right guys, quickly go to the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to our channel, and click on the bell button to always get our notification so you can always get the next available tutorial. Bye.